The PlayStation 5, is it really worth it? What is it like to unbox a PS5? And does this feel like a brand new generation of consoles? These are questions I hope to answer in this video. What is up, guys? My name is Kyle, aka GoldKarat, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reviewing the PlayStation 5. First of all, we'll be doing an unboxing, and then I'll take you through what it's like to set up the PlayStation 5 from scratch. After that, we will be doing a review, and I hope you look forward to this video. Let's start with the unboxing. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. Corsair is the website to go to for all of your computing needs. Use code GoldKarat at checkout to save 10% on your entire order and also help support the channel. Whether you're thinking about getting a new mouse, keyboard, headphones, internal components, check out Corsair. Link in the description. So we got the plug. Very exciting. The controller! Poggies! Come out and play. Ooh. Ooh, that does feel very comfortable. We got manuals, of course. Yeet. We got more cardboard. Yeet. This is the base for the PlayStation. This is how it sits on its side and stands. This is, ooh, the new HDMI 2.0, I believe. USB charging cable, USB Type-C. The future! And there it is! It's so big. How? How do I take this out? Ah! I'm so excited! Ooh. Ooh. God, how much wrapping. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Ah. This thing is huge. Oh my god. It's so... so pretty. Okay, we're gonna press the button. I love how the controller lights up, so you can tell it's charging. Now that I had this beautiful piece of hardware unboxed, it was time to set it up. So first of all, you can adjust the display area, pretty standard stuff. There's low power use, which basically doesn't do anything when the PS5 is in rest mode. And then you have the optimized experience, which is basically the same as how it was on PS4. And the custom experience, which to be honest, I didn't actually look into. Next, the PS5 had to do an update, so it did that, reset. It installed pretty quickly, as you can see. I didn't even adjust like the time of this video clip, so it wasn't too bad. Nani? Why does the PS5 sound like it's gonna take off? So yeah, this is one thing I did notice with the PS5. It does get pretty loud when you first put a disc in, or even when it's just running and starting up for the first time. There are even now software updates for your controller, which I think is pretty awesome. Maybe we'll see even more cool features for the controller in the future. Once you're signed in with your PlayStation account, you can adjust the privacy of your accounts. You'll be presented with some preset defaults, which I think would apply to most people in most cases. Otherwise, you can customize them independently. The PlayStation will recommend that you secure your account with a passcode if there are multiple users or for making purchases in the PlayStation Store. And it's now recommended that you set up two-factor authentication. You can skip this, but I highly recommend doing this for your account anyways, just to secure it. If you're a parent, then the PS5 will give you a notice letting you know that you can update your family preferences. As expected, the PS5 comes with a bunch of media apps as well, including the ones you can see on screen now. Finally, you have the option to transfer the data from your PS4 to your PS5, which is really useful. You can do this just over the internet or via connecting a Ethernet cable directly from the PS5 to the PS4. I didn't do this myself, and it still didn't take too long for this to happen. You can select which users you would like to transfer, and also the games that you would like to transfer, which did bring highlighted issue I guess I have with the PS5, which is it doesn't have that much storage. Out of the box you get 500 gigabytes to work with, and really nowadays that's not a lot to work with, and you can only play games from the SSD, which is also a bit of a disadvantage. Transferring my games from the PlayStation 4 to the PS5 took a little while, but it wasn't unbearable. Once the PlayStation has finished transferring from the PS4 to the PS5, you can start playing and loading up your games.
Yay, it's all working.
So out of the box, Spider-Man came with a free PS5 upgrade, which was really easy to access. Visually, I think the PlayStation 5, at first I wasn't a huge fan of it, but now I absolutely love the aesthetic. I love being able to clearly see if your PlayStation 5 is in rest mode or if it's on, as the light reflects off the white panels. I'll now hand off to Kyle, who's had a bit more experience with the PlayStation after initially unboxing it. The PlayStation Plus collection is really freaking cool. Look at all these games. Look at all these games you just get with the PS5. If you're coming over to PlayStation for the first time, one of the best parts is the PlayStation Plus collection. Obviously, you need to be a member, but this is very, very good value for money. Like, these are awesome games. God of War is amazing. Crash Bandicoot, fighting games, Fallout 4. You got your Weeb game, Final Fantasy. These are really good games. Persona 5, that took me a year to play through that game, and you're getting that game for free. You got Horror, Monster World. I actually installed Days Gone because I haven't played it. I've played pretty much all of these games. Detroit Become Human, amazing. Uncharted 4, amazing. Batman Arkham Knight, I really love that game, even though it runs like trash on PC. One thing I will say that I'm slightly disappointed about with the PS5 is that it doesn't come with an optical audio jack slot, which I use for my PS4 and plug it into my mixer in order to hear my PS4 whilst on stream, basically, or without having to open OBS. So basically the issue I'm facing now is that if I want to play my PS5 and hear it, I have to open up OBS or the game capture software Elgato in order to hear it, because it doesn't have the optical audio cable, which is a minor thing, but it's still worth mentioning. I can understand why they got rid of it, because not a lot of people actually use that cable. Anyways, moving on, we have a very beautiful UI. I love the UI. For each game, you'll get some music, if the developers put it in there or not, and you also get the background image. It doesn't happen for all of them. This actually plays music, I think, when you hover over it on the PS4, but not on the PS5, so not everything's been transferred. It's an extremely snappy UI as well. Like, to get to the PlayStation Store, we're already on it. Like, we don't have to load anything up. On the PS4, you had to load something up. We went on the tab, it basically loaded up instantly. PlayStation Plus, same thing. It's really, really, really fast and nice. Faster load times, I mean, we can test it with... what game should we test? We can test it with Astro's Playroom, although there isn't like a proper comparison I can make, but we can play it. It shows the image for like a second, maybe two, and then loads in. Oh, that's so cute. They had like freaking PlayStation character skins. That's so cool. The vibrations. When I tell you, you guys obviously can't feel the vibrations, but there are constant vibrations in this thing. I can feel every single step that these little bots are making. It's really, really awesome. I want to show you guys the demo for the controller demo. Oh, this is really cool. I love this intro. Goes through PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. There was the Vita and the PSP, PS4, PS3, and DualSense. The vibrations, freaking awesome. And then look at this. I don't know how to show this to you guys. Let me go like full screen for a sec. I'm gonna push this down with like equal force. What's the best way to show you? I'm pushing it. I'm constantly putting the same pressure on it the whole time. But there's resistance. There's active resistance at this point. I have to push harder in order to get that to move down. It's like actually incredible. I don't know how to explain it to you without showing it to you like that. Like you can see I'm pushing really hard and then it just stops there and you have to push harder in order to do it. It's like very, very cool. That is honestly one of the coolest things I've experienced and one of the best things with this new generation. And also the controller itself is actually very, very comfortable. Obviously you can tell they were inspired a bit by Xbox, so they made the controller bigger, which I am a big fan of because I always actually found the Xbox controllers better and more comfortable than the PlayStation controllers. If we mute the audio for a second, I want to just show you like how loud the PS5 is, because the PS5 initially when you put in a disc, it sounds kind of loud, but after that it's fine. It's making just the quietest amount of noise. Obviously nothing super serious is happening right now. It does run very silently. I think the only time you really hear anything is when you load a game for the first time. Like I will actually see if I can record that. We're gonna take out the disc and we'll just put the disc back in and you'll hear it when it has a disc put in for the first time. So you hear it gets quite loud when you put the PS5 disc in. Like you can hear that quite clearly, right? When you first put the disc in. But once it finishes loading it, then it's all good. I will also show you some other cool things. Media wise, it's got all the things you would expect. It's got Disney Plus on there, Netflix, Now TV, Prime Video, Funimation, Apple TV Plus. You got Twitch on there, so I mean we could search for ourselves, but that would be weird. YouTube. One thing that is missing, which I find quite strange, is there isn't a web browser, which normally PlayStations come with, you know. So it's kind of strange that there isn't a web browser at all, not from what I could find. Even if you go on the store, I don't think we would find a web browser. Also, a very, very cool thing I noticed as well is settings for your games. App settings. So you can actually set your game presence in your PlayStation 5 settings. So here it's got difficulty and you can choose presets of the difficulties that you want. Maybe you only ever pick the hardest difficulty. You can put it there, and then whenever you load up a game, it should, in theory, grab these settings, which is really, really cool. Even like resolution modes. So you can choose in Spider-Man, for example, to have resolution mode or performance mode. Performance mode is 60 FPS. Resolution mode is active like ray tracing and 30 FPS. So it looks better, but the frame rate isn't as high, and you can choose that here. Same with like camera movement. I set it to normal because I normally have it set to normal. Same with third person camera. Subtitles and audio, I always want subtitles on, so I put that on. It's really cool. Minor thing, but very cool. Spoiler warnings as well. You can get warned about spoilers, and you don't want to see, maybe like if you're looking through games collections, like when you go down you can see trending videos, people making videos about stuff. I think in theory it would hide it from you if you don't want any spoilers. So very cool subtle things in here as well. You can stream to Twitch, so if you press the share button, you can take screenshots, video clips, or start a recording, or you can broadcast just like that. You can select YouTube or Twitch. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention they also have the UI is very easy to access trophies now. You can press this for like the quick pop-up menu. Switcher. You can switch to different games. Oh, this is also quite important to mention. And you can't put games on external, but you can have external. So yeah, you can put them on external drives, but you can't play them from external drives. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I remember hearing that they said that because their SSD on the PS5 is very specific. If you think that you've bought a disc and you've owned the game before, like Doom Eternal, I don't have the disc for that anymore. You need the disc in order to play the games. If you have digital games like Kingdom Hearts 3, that's digital. I own it digitally. I can download it now without the disc. But if you have discs, then you need to keep them so that you can play them on your PS5. I thought that would be obvious, but some people thought that they could just play it because they owned the disc once and the app is on their PS4, so it should transfer, right? No, you still need the disc. Also, I will mention, I find it weird that you put the disc in this way. On the PS4, you would put discs in with the bottom facing towards you if it was standing up, but now you place discs in with the top of it facing you, which means your fingers sort of get in the way as you go to put the disc in. When you put the disc in, it will start copying over. It will copy the data over, and then it's just added to the queue. So finally, let's summarize by describing my experience with the games on the PlayStation 5 that I've played thus far. I've completed Spider-Man Miles Morales. What a freaking amazing game. Really enjoyed that game. The PlayStation 5 really did showcase the quick load times. There was basically 0 loading screens in the whole game, and it showed off how good the ray tracing can be in the game, as well as performance mode. I guess for some people it might be a bit of a letdown that you don't get ray tracing and performance like 60 FPS ray tracing, but to be honest, for a console that only costs £450 with the disc or $350 without, this is really good value for money. If you get a PC that is able to do ray tracing, it really is maybe even getting higher than that price just then, let alone getting a monitor, keyboard, mouse, etc. So this is probably going to last you for the next 7 years or so, as most console generations last that long anyways. So really, this is good value for money, and I'm sure most of you already want a PS5. It's just a matter of waiting for it to get into stock, and then you can get it yourselves. But the only things I'm disappointed with are the lack of a optical audio cable, but to be honest, I got around that with a HDMI splitter, which comes with an audio extractor anyways, which was really useful for me. So that problem has been alleviated. And to be honest, I really don't have too many complaints. I guess when you put a disc in, it's louder to start off with, but then it gets really silent and works well. And finally, the last issue that I have with the PS5 is not as much storage as I would hope for from this generation of console, given that games are getting larger and larger. For example, Call of Duty Warzone by itself is 170 gigabytes, which is more than a fifth of the storage you're losing already. And not being able to play games from an external hard drive adds more salt to the wound. Yeah, PlayStation did a really good job with this launch. There's some wicked titles to start off the bat. I've been playing Demon's Souls as well. That's been really good. The only other disappointment, which isn't even the PlayStation's fault, is the fact that I didn't get the free upgrades, although I haven't checked recently, but the free upgrade for Assassin's Creed Valhalla hasn't come through for me yet. Ubisoft are aware of this issue. Hopefully they can alleviate it soon. But yeah, other than that, really love the PlayStation 5's design. Love the controller. The controller is next level. I don't know if I would say I'm quite seeing a massive generational leap like we have had with previous generations. I would say the PS2 to PS3 was one of the best generational leaps, even though it costs a freaking arm and a leg for that console. But I will say the controller is next level, and having no loading screens basically in most games and the backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4 games is really good. I wish, of course, that backwards compatibility would be a thing with PlayStation 3, 2, all the way back to PlayStation 1 games. But realistically, because of the different architectures with the consoles, that wasn't really going to happen. Luckily, Microsoft managed to do that. If you do want backwards compatibility, probably best going with an Xbox, but otherwise I do feel that Sony has edged out in this console race to start off with, and that SSD is really giving them an edge. Anyways, I've rambled on for a very long time, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Do check out the merch as well. We have a brand new store. This is what I'm repping right now. As you can see, pretty swaggy. I love this jacket. You can actually customize all of the merch on the merch store by clicking on the pencil icon below and dragging whichever logos or icons you would like in whichever positions you would like on the merch that you're customizing. It's really freaking cool. Do check it out, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. And till the next one, this is GoldKarat signing out. Peace. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another 24Karat review. This is our first ever review of a conference. So this is going to be about the State of Play conference from PlayStation on the 6th of August 2020.